Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Vibes podcast with a very, very loved and endeared and lovely and wonderful and beautiful and amazing and wonderful. I forgot the name of the person when they friend. What's the word?
Guest.
Yeah. Guest.
Co-host or host.
Guest of today's episode. My sister. She's not excited about joining us, but we always start off like this. If you've heard our other two episodes, she's never excited. But here's the thing. Here's why I wasn't planning on recording today. I wasn't really feeling it. However, she came to bother me.
I bother you for 5 seconds.
Raise the microphone.
I bother you for 5 freaking seconds.
Okay. But anyways, while you were bothering me for 5 seconds,
that's all she needs.
Happened to be scrolling on TikTok, and I just got more pissed about season 3, part 2 of Bridgerton. I just kept getting more and more pissed, and I was like, you know what? We are one of the first episodes we did together was talking about Bridgerton, but it was only the season 3 part 1 that had come out, and I was so excited for season 3 part 2. I was so ready, like
everyone was.
Oh my gosh,
hyped it up.
Penelope and Colin and just their story. I keep calling them by their real name, like Luke and Pauline. But anyways, that's her real name. Oh, it's Nicola. Yeah, Nicola. They're just, listen, I also, before season 3 part 2 came out, I was in their Nikolai Luke, like
Pauline.
Yeah, so that's why I keep calling them Pauline, because it's like that's what I'm keep referencing in my head. But anyways, what was season 3 part 2? There is a petition. I saw the petition of people wanting the cut scenes.
The petition?
Yeah, I saw the petition.
Yeah.
And then people are also going hard on the showrunner.
Yes. I mean, it's incredible. Well, the first thing you have to know is that I haven't seen the show. I haven't watched one episode. Okay?
But she knows everything about it because she's been on Bridgerton TikTok.
Yeah, you watch one video and then you know everything about it because you keep getting videos. So I don't even watch the show, but I know everything about it.
It's addicting.
Yeah.
And then I fill her in on the other gaps.
Yeah. And then, like for the first part, we started talking about it because I saw the clips for the first part. From the couple. Right? From the season 3, part 1. So we were talking about it, and like everybody, at least all the videos that I was getting, everyone was excited about it. Everyone wanted to see it, loved the first part. They were excited for the second part.
We were.
They did great PR.
They did?
Until the day of the release, but they did great PR.
Okay, because here's what happened. Okay, here's what happened. Yes. I'm a full blown adult. I understand what a PR situation is, right? So yes, I know.
We know we're being lied to.
I know that Nikolai and Luke were not in real, like a couple in real life, right? But in my head, they were. You know, this was one of those movies where they like fall in love on set, and then they, you know, like, oh my God, and then they do this 8-month tour together of the show, and it's like they spend so much time together, they have to be in love. In my head, they were in love. They were already getting married, and they were having kids, right? And then so this continues on for months and months and months, right? And then they release season 3 part 1, and everyone gets even more hyped on them. And then they do all these interviews and all these talk shows, and they're just like
sitting really close together.
And just like, oh my God, they're so in love. Like, this is real. Like, this is really happening. And I remember like the TikTok banner search thing kept saying like Luke's girlfriend. I was like, he doesn't have a girlfriend. He does not have a girlfriend. He is a single Pringle. He is gonna date Nikolai. They're secretly dating. So then season 3 part 2 comes out. They have their big like release party in London, in the UK. Obviously kind of makes sense, right? Whatever. Swear to God, that night, PR catches Luke with his girlfriend, which My sister's
not
like,
PR.
Paparazzi.
The paparazzi.
And I hadn't even seen season 3 part 2 yet, and immediately I tried to delete it from my mind because I was like, no, the sparkle
you feel like it's
over.
Yeah.
It's
you
over.
Feel like it's boop. Aww.
Yeah, it's like when they tell you that Santa Claus isn't real. It's like when you realize Disney, characters suffer a lot in Miami, in Florida weather in those costumes. It's like, you grow up and all this. It was just like, why would you take my happy bubble away from me in my happy place? Anyways,
at least they would have waited like a week.
A month.
No, a week. It would have been fine.
No, a month. Fine, a week. After season 3, part 2 sucked. A month.
Because the part 2 wasn't great. So that's what
maybe
we were talking about.
You could have waited a week.
So maybe it was part of the thing. Like, let's have them talk about these so they don't have to talk about the.
I don't think so.
Much.
You made a conspiracy theory, which was like, did the girlfriend call the paparazzi? Because you spend months of
some people were
hearing
saying.
your boyfriend with someone else or whatever. Like, get over it. You married an actor, okay? Like, that's my bone to pick with people.
They're not married.
Sorry, but like, I'm talking about
you're dating.
Yes, but you're with an actor. Okay, they're gonna have to act like they're in love with another person. If you can't handle that, don't date an actor. I don't think I can handle that. I wouldn't be able to date an actor.
We have talked about it before, yeah.
So, like, get over it. Anyways, let us be happy. Let our fandom be happy. Let us have our Disney childhood dream. Anyways, adult dream. So, that happens. I sort of rejected the image, Control-Delete it from my brain, and I was like, that doesn't exist. Not in this universe. And I was like, okay, I'm still going to see season 3. I forgot that season 3 came out, and I forgot that people binge watch that shit because they don't sleep and they just stay up all night. So I mistakenly saw one thingy that came up on my TikTok feed of Bridgerton, and it was not positive. And I was like,
everybody was roasting them.
I was like, no, this is not true. I'm like, I'm not going to take one person's comments or observations about it because it's one person.
And don't get me wrong, it wasn't the acting because everybody loved them. It was not the acting. It wasn't. It was not the acting. There's scenes, the few scenes that they had.
It was not Penelope or Colin. It was not them. That's actually the issue, that there wasn't enough of them.
Exactly. The storyline. There was a bunch of storylines happening at the same time.
So then I see season 3, episode 5, which is part 2 of the series. That's where it starts. I asked you
yesterday. You told me no, I haven't watched it.
No, right? I did. I saw one episode. I hadn't finished it.
Okay, and
so they're like an hour long. They're an hour long.
I know. And I asked you today. No, you told me. I didn't ask you. You told me. I watched Bridgerton. It or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like,
because I take forever to watch stuff.
Yeah, but I'm like, I didn't say anything, but I'm like, she watched that pretty quick. She probably stayed up the entire night. And then I stayed thinking, I thought about it for like for a few more minutes. I'm like, no, she probably skipped the whole thing.
Yes, I did. Yes,
skipped like all non-Colin and Penelope scenes.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There was more of them in episode 5 and then episode 8. And everything in between was the side characters.
Glimpses of them.
Why do I care about the side plots? Like, the mom is in love with this dude now, and then this other couple, and then this other thing. Everyone was getting married left and right. Everyone was having babies left and right in the freaking season 3 part 2. Okay,
spoiler alert.
Oh, well, yeah.
You haven't watched it.
But it was just so freaking annoying.
Like, I get you need to develop the stories of the other characters.
That was not, no one cares about them.
But that was,
and they're gonna have their own season. Like the next season is gonna be the brother, the older brother who literally, oh my god. We had this intense scene between Penelope and Colin, and then boom, you go to a sex scene with Anthony Bridgerton, and I'm like, why do I? And it literally, the thing that pisses me off about this.
Wasn't that the same that he has been doing that for the, like, I don't know how many seasons?
Yes, but the thing is that this time, it was just, it doesn't even
the timing,
the editing. It doesn't play up to his arc. Like, there was no arc development for him whatsoever.
Was it Anthony or Benedict?
Oh, it was Benedict. Yeah, Anthony's the one from season 3. Sorry, season 2. But it was no, like, like no arc like there was
there's no character development.
Nothing. It was just sex and just like you just what the hell. Anyways, so
you
then
watch it for the romance. For like, I think people were expecting one of the most anticipated seasons was this one, because in the books people love that couple a lot.
Now that you say that, because now I've been following, I haven't read the books, right? So
I haven't read the books. I haven't watched the show.
So now, and I've been a Bridgerton fan since season 1. Okay, I love. Anyways. But this is, for you to hear about it, this is one of the biggest, most like excited seasons that we've had. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing that people are saying, where the writers also fucked up the season with the character development of Penelope and Colin, because everyone keeps saying book Colin would never.
Yes, I heard that a lot.
Oh, and I was like, what
yes.
do you... I'm gonna
Spoiler alert. Again, I saw a clip or a video from this girl that she was talking about it. And I think there is a scene where he follows her to the place where she turns in the printing press or something like that. Yeah. And then he leaves her at night over there. Like he gets mad about her because he finds out or something like that. I don't know. He leaves. Yeah. And people are saying like, but Colin from the book, Colin will have never done that.
No.
Left. Yes, she was with a carriage.
He didn't do it.
Person or whatever. He wouldn't have left her in the middle of the night in the street just because he was grumpy. Because he was like,
no. People are even saying it just, and then a lot of things that Penelope did also in the show, Penelope in the book didn't do. So the writers really fucked up with the whole arc development of these two people. There was literally probably maybe in the entire season 3
season 3 part 2,
part 1 and part 2.
Oh, part 1.
So all 8 episodes. Mm-hmm. There was in total of Penelope and Colin. I actually should Google this, but there was probably,
you should research that. You should like rewatch and take timestamps of
there was
time.
Probably maybe max an hour worth of them.
An episode. Out of the 8 episodes, 1 episode.
Yes! There was... The wedding was oh, they're married. Boom, did this. Boom, did that. And people were saying, well, everything was rushed. I'm not complaining that they fell in love rushed, because they didn't. If you see the Bridgerton show from season 1 all the way to now, it's not rushed, okay? Mm-hmm. But they didn't give me anything in regards to them. They were just like
the romance.
She's Lady Whistleton. She's Lady Whistleton. He's in love with her. What is going to happen? How is he when he finds out? What is that going to... So then he finds out, and then he's upset, and then she's upset, and then they're married, and then they're still upset at each other, and then they get blackmailed into the secret coming out, and then the secret comes out, and then he forgives her, and then they're in love, and then they have a kid. Boom.
Spoiler alert.
But it's just so... There was... Entonces, in between all of that shit going on, there's all this other crap that, to be honest with you, I can't tell you what happened because I skipped it. I was like, is this important for me to understand what's happening with Penelope and Colin? Nope. Skip. And then obviously like I saw a little bit of pieces about John and I can't remember her name now.
Francesca, is it?
Yes, Francesca.
I love it that I know.
Because and John and Francesca didn't piss me off. Like I would have actually been fine if those were the only two other like say side characters or whatever that you had, because
you can develop a few storylines, like 1 or 2 maybe, or give you a glimpse of what's happening on someone's life, so you have some context when you get to their next story season, right? But don't develop 8 different storylines and plots.
There was no sense to this. So then I fell into like other TikToks, and it was like, well, the showrunner for season 1 and 2 was, I think, Brian something, and the season 3 was Jess, and then Queen Charlotte, which is also part of the Bridgerton story, but like in a different timeline. That was Shonda Rhimes was the showrunner for that show and the writer, who's like the
and I have heard that one is really good.
That's my favorite. The Queen Charlotte one is my favorite of all. Like the character development,
their love story.
Yes, but it's everything that Penelope and Colin should have had. Mm-hmm. And honestly, whatever. So then I was like, okay, so then who's the new showrunner? This person named Jess. Well, let's just say that Bridgerton fans want this lady to be fired. Like, they're
not being nice.
They're not being kind people. They're saying that she messed up the whole storyline for Penelope and Cruz, and that she's also the showrunner for the next season 4. Yep, exactly.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know, because they're already making it. She said something like that.
Things could change.
Well, I think it will, because...
I mean, I don't know how, but they're going to take 2 years to make the next season.
That's the other thing people said. I was like, are you telling me that Shonda Rhimes is the same woman that gave us, like, freaking 20 years of Grey's Anatomy? Is the same one that is taking
20-something episodes per season.
Yes, 22 episodes per season. Intense episodes. Every episode something happened. You're telling me that that's the same lady that's taking 2 years to write the new Bridgerton story? Mm-hmm. So, but that's not even my point. My point is also, like, the energy from the other seasons, or like the way that it was
and
run.
And even from part 1, like,
it's just, people were also commenting, like, one of the latest comments I read from someone was like, people didn't think that a character that looked like Penelope, who was like not the stereotypical Hollywood, mm-hmm. good looking, whatever, could act, or like people would care about her story. Mm-hmm. Ha! Shock to you, Jess. It was one of the most watched Bridgerton mm-hmm. seasons, and you fucked it up. Bro, I swear.
I mean, are we sure it was her fault, though?
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
A lot of people have to take a lot of wrong decisions for this.
I think the writing was not good, but what I've learned now from TVs is a showrunner is the one that like sets the scene for everything, cuts things. Like, she cut scenes that were like, en qué mundo? Like, what?
That's another thing edited. I heard. Yeah, that people who got to see the early presentations of the episodes.
Should have seen the early presentation.
Saw more scenes from Colin and Penelope, and a lot more like romantic storyline and character development moments that were short moments, but it was adding a lot to the season.
Penelope was just in pain for season 3 part 2. Like, that, she was just sad.
Yeah, sad. And they said it was like beginning a little bit of romance, the whole middle from episode, like half of episode 5, I think.
Honestly, you could skip
to the end of episode 8. It was Matt Colin.
Yeah, you can see
and
episode
everybody's
5.
Suffering.
You can see episode 5 and episode 8 and skip all the other ones, and you wouldn't miss anything.
And then at the end, you had some rush stuff happening, and that's it. You know,
the best thing that they did was Featherington, which is her mom, whatever her name is. Like, she actually had a really nice arc development. But I'm like, are you? This is not even her. Like, it's nothing. It was just. I think it was very badly done. Like, a lot of people are even saying, I don't even think I want to watch season 4.
Funny thing is, like, it's not my type of show.
I know.
Like, I just rather watch something light or something like. But I was actually thinking on seeing it, because I have seen so many stuff about it. After seeing so many negative videos, I'm like, why am I want to waste my time on that,
And that's probably how a lot of people felt. Like, you know what, maybe I'll give this a chance. Like, once all of the season 3 comes out, mm-hmm. I'll give it a chance and I'll just binge watch everything. And now a lot of people are probably turned off because they're just like, well, what's the point if, like, the reason that I'm going to watch the show gets fucked up and they don't even do a good job at, like, telling the story of that.
Yeah. And why am I even going to be excited about the next season when they're doing this type of things,
And
it's really sad because it's like really good stories.
And the actors are phenomenal. Like, mm-hmm. they have great chemistry on and off screen. They're still together in my head. But I also feel like as an actor, I would be really upset because I don't think people are upset at the actors.
They're not.
They're upset.
They don't blame them at all.
They don't. They actually feel bad for. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for them as an actor when you put so much time and energy into this to then see that it gets messed up because of other people's decisions. And I wouldn't even be surprised if they didn't know what the final cut was going to look like.
They didn't because in one of the interviews that I saw, they were saying something in the sense that this is one of the most intense with intimate scenes.
No, there was nothing.
Or something like that.
There's 2.
So they might have seen another cut, a different cut of the
honestly
episode or something like that.
I can't wait for their contract to be over and for them to tell me the truth about what happened, because I'm like, I know for a fact you thought that something else was going to air, and then what really aired, you were like, huh?
All this work for like maybe 20 minutes in part 2?
Yeah, literally 20 minutes in part 2 of them together. Like, everything else was everyone else's story. It just like, I'm just so upset, because it's like the whole world.
It's sad, actually.
It is really sad. Again, look, they spent like 8 fucking months or however long filming this, learning the dances, like character development, putting these corsets, all these things on, and then 8 months of press tour. And then you're excited because you want the fans to be excited, because this is also a great way for you to segue and open up like job opportunities down the line. And also, they're gonna keep showing up in the other seasons, and then you know that your season got fucked up.
You know what you should do, since you watch it already? Go back and do like the timelines of all the screen time that all the other couples had compared to them.
Let's Google it. Bridgerton, Penelope and Colin screen time. People are so upset about this. Okay, wait. This is Reddit stories. Wait, but this hasn't been updated in a couple of days. Wait, actually I want to see what people are saying now. I'm so upset about this. Hello, did someone do the work for me already?
That's what you're Googling? If someone did the work for you?
Okay, so I'm not sure if someone's talked about this before, but how do you guys feel or think they should proceed with season 3? How many seasons? Okay, but they're talking about... No. Oh, someone did a spreadsheet. Oh my God, someone did a spreadsheet. Like,
is that Google? A Reddit?
Yeah, but someone did a like full-on spreadsheet for the... Okay, wait. Okay. Wait, someone did this. Okay, wait. So someone put together a spreadsheet for each individual episode. Scroll down to the bottom for final results, but according to some of her findings, this was supposed to be a summary, but I ended up writing a whole novel. Oops. So there is less than 1% difference between the main plot, with Kate and Anthony, 56.94% having slightly more screen time than Simon and Daphne, which is season 1, 56.04%. Where they differ is that Simon and Daphne have more time in the focal romance section. These are the main interactions between the two characters, versus Kate and Anthony's love story, which was more focal overflow. This is outside influence anytime either of the leads interacts with some other people in the show, whatever. So it says the side plots altogether also have less than 1% difference. Season 1, 43.96%, and season 2 was 43.05%. The featherings, because for feathering 10, whatever. Okay, but did she do one for season 3? Okay, maybe she updated her little spreadsheet. Let's see. Scroll. Wow, this is like a lot of pages long, you guys.
That's a lot of time invested. What's the name of the person?
Oh, yeah, wait, we're going to shout. No, she's only done season 1 and season 2.
We need season 3.
I know. Okay, so this is who did the work. Okay, so, well, the Reddit thingy is under...
The Reddit handle?
Yeah. U-Fira319 is the one that asked the... This is, like, you can search up Bridgerton Netflix on Reddit. But the one who wrote, or, like, who tagged the spreadsheet was Valenstein77. But I need the new one. I'm so upset. Why break my heart? Say, okay, literally. Wait. Okay, someone put, we got 40% Pauline and 60% everybody else. My question is, why?
And I don't even think there was 40%. Wait,
someone broke it down. Someone broke it down. Okay. Oh, no, se me fue. Oh, no, where'd it go?
¿Qué hiciste?
¿Qué hiciste, abusadora? Okay, ready? Okay, so it says, out of interest, I did a breakdown of roughly how much...
There's people with a lot of time.
I told you someone did this already. Okay, so how much screen time Pauline got in each episode. I originally commented this on the part 1 master thread, but I'll copy and paste it here as well in case anyone's interested. So it says that for simplicity's sake, I only included scenes where they had actual dialogue. Please take this with a massive grain of salt, blah, 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 whatever. So episode 1, 4 minutes, 9 seconds out of 58 minutes. Longest scene was their reconciliation and lessons agreement in the Featherington's garden. 4 minutes and 9 seconds out of 58 minutes. Episode 2, 14 minutes, 20 seconds out of 52 minutes. Season 3, 5 minutes,
oh my God,
41 seconds out of 54 minutes. Episode 7, 7 minutes, 44 seconds out of 54 minutes. Make of that, this person goes, make of that what you will, and I'm not sure how it compares to previous seasons, but of course, this all comes with a disclaimer that they do have more, whatever, individual scenes.
That's like 28, 29 minutes. Put it 30. Like 30 minutes out of 4 episodes of 1 hour each. So they got half of an episode, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So it says, I did rewatch. This was also 30 days ago, so they haven't updated it for like the new one. But I'm pretty sure it's like
even worse.
It's even worse than that. So if we do like, let's do some quick math. You're the ones that's smart. 4 plus 14 plus 5 plus 7.
Yeah, I already told you. It's like 28, 29, 30.
Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 4 hours worth.
Mm-hmm.
I hate them. I hate these people. They deserve so much better. Okay, we're gonna go on Bridgerton Netflix, like Reddit. Okay, wait. Are you kidding me? Okay, let me see. People are really upset. So one of the first one that came up is the Michael rant mega thread.
Oh, people are pissed about that too.
Okay, so this was, spoiler alert, obviously ahead. With the changes season 3 of Bridgerton has made on the Bridgerton universe, so must the Bridgerton Netflix subreddit change. The addition of LGBTQ plot lines with the main characters comes as a celebration of representation from the queer community and confusion from fans and beloved characters written 20 years ago. The fans of Netflix's Bridgerton love it for its inclusiveness, shattering walls and ceilings. The show is about love in all colors, forms, and flavors. An underrepresented user coming to celebrate a character they can identify with shouldn't be greeted with, no, I am heartbroken, they've ruined the show, or this is my Duke/Michael, Sophie, whatever. We understand casting changes are big changes for readers. We are creating this mega thread for book readers to discuss this. Oh no. Oh yes. So here we go. Comment 1 on that is, I get that showrunners want to have a professional touch, but changing Francesca's whole story because she saw herself in the character is poor taste, selfish, and disregards the source material, including all the fans of that couple. I think more people would have been fine with Michaela change if it wasn't for the fact that in the books, Francesca was so devoted and in love with John. I hated how Francesca was fumbling over her words when she met Michaela. I would have much rather preferred they had a friendship that blossomed into more, like in the books. Having her already having feelings for Michaela is such a disservice to the story with John. I think overall the showrunner just did a horrible job with all the storylines, aside from Lady Danbury and Violet. People go, yes, couldn't have said it better myself. It was selfish. Agreed. Everyone agreed. So here's what I found out about this from like people that actually read the books. So she was in love with John. And the reason that this couple was already groundbreaking was because there was like subtle hints that they had neurodivergent brains, so they maybe a little autistic, like they had like their own little quirks and little funny things that only each other got. And me being my neurodivergent self, I loved that because I was like, oh, to other people this is awkward. Like there was one scene in the part 1 of season 3 where they just sit in silence and they don't talk, and the family, because around that time they have to watch, and they're like, they're not talking, they're not saying anything. Like
they're just sitting.
But that's how they communicate. Like they didn't have to talk. And then he just goes, well, this was nice, I'll see you later.
That's funny.
And she's like, okay. And they're like in love, right? But she like loves John. And what bothered me about this too was literally she got married to John, and then like the day after they got married in the show, or pretty much, this Michaela girl comes up and she's like fumbling and stumbling up on her words and all this stuff while John is right there next to her, and they're about to go to Scotland to go back to his native land. And like that, and it's just so people are upset because they're like, in the books she was in love with John, like you just married this man, and now you're telling me that you were in love with, like there was, it's like, it's so rude to the actor who also played John. It's like, well, why am I here? I know you're gonna die now because you told me that.
Spoiler.
But it just
you're gonna have to put a big spoiler alert before this episode air, like the beginning of the podcast.
I am just so wait. This is my issue.
No, yeah, okay,
Someone said, this is my issue with how it was handled. I couldn't care less that Michael is Michaela. And in fact, I'm excited to see how they navigate that. But what made Francesca's story interesting, IMO, is that she had a profound love with John and was able to love deeply again. It's a dynamic that is underexplored in the genre. It challenges the common trope that there's only one true love for every story, and I'm sad the show isn't going to tackle that, because that's another part in the show is like there wasn't this like grand like, oh my god, I'm in love with you, you're my person. It was this slow build up of, oh, I think I'm in love with this person and whatever and blah blah blah, and then like find their chemistry and their place. And then they just took that away from all of them. And then the other thing that you told me, in the books they struggle with fertility, and a lot of people saw themselves in that story as well, of having fertility issues and whatnot. And it just,
and I think I don't know, because again, I haven't seen I haven't read the
books.
I need to sleep. I haven't read the books, but for what I saw on the clips that I saw on TikTok, they were saying that they knew each other. That they knew each other because I think Michael was like a cousin or cousin, but they grew up together of John, right? And that he had feelings for her, but he never said anything because they were married.
Yes.
And he was respecting that. And one of the reasons, apart that she started having feelings for Michael, after John passed, she started having feelings for him. But apart from that, another reason that she wanted to get married is because she wanted to try to have kids again, because she was, battling with infertility issues and so on. So she wanted to try again. So that kind of goes away.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're in the Regency era, so it's like there's no IVF or anything that you can try.
Yeah. So. And then here's the other part that people also are okay, this show is already groundbreaking as it is, right? They're retelling the stories and they're using many different characters that normally wouldn't have been together in that time period. That's awesome. The character that Francesca is with, John, she's white, he's black. And his cousin is also black. Why are we coming? Like, here's the other, and I'm glad that the gays are with me on this, okay? So this person goes, my main complaint is Benedict. They made him a full-blown stereotype. He's a bi, so he has threesomes and sleeps with everyone and can't be monogamous or in a long-term relationship. As a gay woman who's heard that nonsense my whole life, it was disappointing to see it in such an influential show. So it says, another person says, yes, that was the downfall that just had to make him the hot male rack. Colin is supposed to be the sweet boy next door. He doesn't have to be hot or sexually liberated or any of that. He literally just has to be kind. And they fumbled that too. And this person goes, yeah, I am bi and I was uncomfortable with that too. It really felt so stereotypical. Also, all his bit of sleeping around with whoever, which is fine, but still it's getting tedious to watch. There was no need to
show so many scenes
there was just no plot development. He literally goes from
this character development there.
He goes from this lady who's like, okay, I really like this lady, to this lady like is in love with this someone. I don't even know because I skipped their scenes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I skipped it. I was like, suddenly he's kissing this dude, and I'm like, where'd this dude come from? I was so confused, and I didn't even care. It was just like, that literally makes no point to his development, because in the books he ends up marrying, now I know, one of the servants. Her name's Sophie. What does that have to do with season? I don't get it.
No, I mean, okay, if they wanted to showcase that, they could have done it maybe in one scene, or I don't know, like, or because if you wanted to develop a whole.
No, literally there was more time of him having sex than Pauline. Like, what? So, okay, this person goes, they did a disservice to so many characters, which is so true. So this is, let's see, Benedict, exploring his sexuality is fine. This is what you're saying. But I think they've wasted Luke Thompson's potential as an actor for the last 3 seasons, and it's frustrating to watch. They make Ben seem so ideal, and he is a well-known fan favorite since season 1. It's true. And he could tell such an important story of one feeling lost and forgotten and finding himself and love Sophie along the way. In the books, Ben, Fran, and Eloise are the only ones who take us beyond Grosvenor Square, and I would have loved to see the start of that this season. Like, his development to, like, becoming the man that he ends up being when he marries Sophie. So then Colin. Give Colin an identity.
Oh my god.
I still don't know.
That was brutal, but so real.
This person goes, I still don't know who he is. Like,
don't disrespect to the actor, though.
No. It's not the actor. It's the writing that gave him no identity. So he goes, I still don't know who he is. That's the saddest thing with Simon and Anthony. You knew who they were, but with Colin, the lack of exploration of his character over season 1 and 2 is why we felt disconnected with him as a person in season 3. Thus, his worthiness of Penn and even their deep, true friendship. So true. There was no, like, tying back. So in beginning of season 3, Colin comes back from this, like, long exploration where he goes all over Europe and finds himself and blah, 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 blah. There was no, like, tying back why that Colin and this, like, how that all, like, matched up together. There was no wrapping that in a nice bow of, like, oh, I'm in love with Penn and this is why and whatnot. So then Penelope. This person goes, I want my money back for Netflix subscription. Because they sold a storyline of Penn making Colin beg for it, not the other way around. She finally knows her worth and he's literally tripping over himself to get her to care again. Like, what?
It's true.
It's so true. Like, So this person goes, to be honest, at this point, I don't even like hearing about or discussing Francesca and John because the wound of their destroyed relationship is still so fresh and raw to me. Oh my gosh. I was gushing about how they were my second favorite Bridgerton couple just a few hours before watching part 2. So true. Because again, as a neurodivergent person, I really liked their, like, they were just cute characters. They were like, oh my God, like, I can't wait to see more. Like, that was the only couple that I didn't skip their scenes in part 1. And like part 2, whenever they were together, I always watched it. Smiling at all their scenes from episode 5 and 7, only to watch it crumble before my eyes with those 2 scenes in episode 8 when she makes like lovey eyes with Michaela. And what's worse is having to live with the knowledge that John is now possibly married to a woman who isn't in love with him and he's not even aware of it. It's true, and us as viewers aren't even able to get more insight or resolution about this issue for another 2 to 5 years.
Wow.
I mean, it just, like, so this person also goes, John and Fran. So, what an introduction to one of the most unique love stories we will have in the universe, and I think it's owed its ease and patience and calmness, but it literally killed in episode 8. By the marriage kiss scene. I think it does a disservice to their unique, like the story in the book, to their unique love story. And even if we are talking about representation, erases the quieter, more simple and less loud love stories which deserve representation. Women should see that a guy doesn't need to do grand gestures and epic love confessions, but can show that he actually sees you and recognizes and loves you for you. They ruined all that build up for 7 episodes prior, because episode 8 is when they like killed it, which is like, that's the reason people fell in love with John and her, is because there wasn't this grand gesture of we're in love. Like at one point she has a scene where he goes, I don't even know if you like me, and then he remembers that she really likes to play the piano. And when they were talking in the Promenade Square, there was this person playing, and he goes, oh, isn't he playing so lovely? And she goes, actually, no, he's not. And people were like, oh my God, like, while you're watching this, I'm like, why doesn't she? He's like, the timing is off. It needs to be like less, like a slower pace. So he finds that person, asks them to rewrite that song or what they were playing at a slower pace, and then sends it to her by letter on piano so she can play it at the pace that she saw in her head. Like, what?
Details.
It's yes, and that's why people really liked them. And then you go and take that away from us. Is that to me? Wait, okay. Oh, okay. What is this? So someone did like a screen time. Let's see what they say. Here's the update graph for couples' time on screen together after season 3, part 2. Here I only consider time spent together on screen directly interacting with each other. I'm planning to do a full rewatch. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And track the plots instead, since there's a lot that's happening. Yeah, there's a lot that's happening. Like, there's a lot. Oh my God. There were like couple time in their season 16.1 seconds.
What?
For Penn and Colin. They, out of the entire season, their screen
16 minutes?
16%.
Oh, 16%? God.
The total time of the whole season was 99 minutes.
One episode. I told you. One episode. No, one episode. No, an episode. No.
Less than one episode.
An episode and a half.
Less than one episode.
No, one episode is 59 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so an episode and a half.
I just hate it. I hate it here. Overall, I'm really disappointed.
So it was like 20%.
Someone really put like it was 16%. That's the entire screen time they got. 16%. The entire, so there's 8 episodes. 8 hours.
8 hours, yeah.
So how many 8 hours is how many minutes?
An episode and a half.
There you go.
Yeah, 99
Fuck
minutes.
them. Yeah. Someone goes, well, shit. Wow. Someone said, Damn it.
You're gonna have to blip a lot on this podcast.
No, I just put R-rated. Anyways, long story short, they messed up season 3 like so badly. They had so much potential for this to be such a fun, like,
romantic.
Yeah, and there was nothing. You gave me nothing.
Okay, so don't get me wrong. There were like some really cute moments with Colin and
16%. Yes,
I know.
16%. There was only 16%. Where was the spice? I was waiting for the love scenes. They in their episode was like, we like broke one of the furnitures. I was like, yes, I'm so where?
They didn't put that part?
No! We literally got 2 sex scenes of them in part 2. And it was like one of them was probably where most of the 16% came from. And it wasn't even that, like, it was just like, okay, yay, they're doing it. But it's like, but then it cuts off to some lame ass side plot person that I don't give a shit about. And I'm like, and everything's actually no. The moment that they have the sex scene, like, it gets ruined by something else. And it was like, well, shit, my lovey-dovey moment is over.
And people were expecting another carriage scene too, because I think in the books it happened, right?
They just fucked everything. This is the first, I didn't want to read these books, and now I kind of want to read it just for myself to feel better. I know you said the books weren't good, but anyways.
No, the books are good. It's just that so far, like up to part 1, season 3, part 1, the general comments online were that if you really like the show, not to read the books, because in the books the characters were more historically accurate, you would say, in the sense that you know the way that society worked at that time.
Yeah.
So it like Colin was a little bit different, but at the same time people are saying book Colin will never.
Yeah, no, but this it's just. Okay, wait, unpopular opinion, then we're done with Reddit, but I didn't care for Benedict's storyline this season at all. I don't mind he's bi, but why did they had to take the stereotypical route? The artist of the family is queer and also threesomes, want to be free. He had no growth. Told you emotionally whatsoever. His storyline is boring and repetitive, and it's always a new fling. Also, I don't want to be mean, but if they keep close to his book, all his behavior is not important to his plot. Told you. I wish more of artist Ben over slut Ben. Like, yeah, he had threesome and discovered he likes men too. What does that have to do with his plot? His story is him being stuck between wanting to keep his position in society and wanting to marry someone below his class. Unless Sophie is a man, I don't know why does all this matter.
Maybe. I mean, at this point, you don't know if that's what's going to happen.
But that's the thing. Here they go. So it's not to say I don't care. Like, actually, one of my favorite, we talked about this yesterday. In Queen Charlotte, the two men who are, like, I don't know what they call them in the show, but they're the ones that take care of the queen and the prince. They're like the right hand man that is always there with them. They are together. Like, they have a relationship, and I never skipped their scenes. I really liked their scenes. They're so cute. The actors were really, really good, but they had character development, like in the show, where they had their relationship grow because he was keeping a secret from him because he couldn't tell. So, like, George is crazy. Like, well, not crazy. I'm crazy too, but he has, like, mental illness, right? And he didn't want Queen Charlotte to know that because he loved her, and then his right hand man knew everything. So then Queen's right hand man's like, you know what's happening and you're not telling me. He's like, I know nothing. And then we find out what's really going on and whatnot. But they're like, and then he ends up dying, and it's really sad. And then it gets a whole development. But one of the scenes that I love from them is they realize that Queen Charlotte and King George are always going to be together, which means that they're always going to be together. And it's, like, beautiful. But Benedict there's no plot line, no storyline, like, whatsoever. So anyways, long story short, I really didn't like season 3. I'm going to watch season 4 probably. But, like, I was doing the math. I'm gonna be fucking 27 when season 3. I'm like, bro, what the hell? What?
You're gonna be almost 30.
I'm gonna still be watching Bridgerton. What the heck? Also, these characters, some of them are in their like mid-30s. They're gonna be 40. They're gonna be 50 when they finish the show. With the time that they're taking to do this stuff.
Yep.
Disgusting.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Nicola looks great for her.
Oh no, I swear, I thought she was 20. I thought she was 26, 28.
Yeah.
I never. But that's not the point. What I'm saying.
No,
is,
I know.
It's not that she looks old. It's just that they're like literally gonna be 50 playing 30-year-olds because Shonda Rhimes decides to take forever to write this stuff, or I don't know what the hell is going on. Someone else also said this show needs to be taken off Netflix and put into HBO so we can have better scenes.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what?
Not wrong. Because I'm like, Game of Thrones did it right. Mm-hmm. But anyways, which Game of Thrones didn't do it right either, because also the last the end
season, because the book wasn't written and they just wrote whatever the hell they wanted to write and it made no sense. That's the reason I haven't finished. I started it and I didn't care to finish it because I started watching it before the last season came out, and then when the last season came out and I know what happened, I was like, why do I care? And also Jason Momoa was one of my favorite characters with God, what's her name in the show? Her name is Emily something, but the redhead, the lady, the dragon, the
dragon lady,
the mother of dragons, their love story. Oh, I was obsessed with the. Y después me matan a Jason Momoa in season 1, episode whatever. I was like, how can you take me just in a way more from me? People were so in love with them as a couple still. We only had like 5 episodes of them that they're still a fanship, like a whole name of them together. Like people see them together and they still go stir crazy. And they had 5 episodes. Actually, no, I think they killed them off in season 2. Maybe I'm remembering my timelines wrong because that show is very complicated. But anyways, long story short, I was so excited for season 3. TikTok got me hyped up to I was so ready. And also we actually went to Bath. So as I'm seeing the show, I'm like, oh my God, I kind of remember walking through here. And then they took my whole fandom away from me. And I really don't want people, I don't want to get people fired, but I hope this showrunner lady gets fired.
Really? You don't want to get her fired, but you hope she gets fired?
I don't want her to fuck up anything else.
Let's just say that she can work on another project.
Not this one.
I mean,
not any ones I watch.
At this point, a lot of people, I don't think they're gonna even continue watching.
If they change her and they bring back the Brian guy,
you think?
Yes. Because people love season 1 and season 2. I think they just fucked up with the writing and the whole thing. I really wish I could be a fly in the wall right now with
there's a petition online.
No, but I really want to be a fly on the wall in the Shonda Rhimes universe, where what are the casting to each other, and what are their ooh, this does not go up planned, you guys. People don't like us right now. I don't think we should be out of the streets.
They haven't said anything though. They haven't had any interviews or anything, right?
What the hell are they gonna say? No, they have to know that now you have to shut the fuck up and hide away until something new comes up and hope people forget.
You know, normally right after they release the show, they would do another small PR.
They're not gonna do anything.
Right?
They got.
I mean, usually
because if they do, pitchforks are out for her. She's got to hide away. Sorry to this lady, but you got to hide away. No one wants to see you. No one. You ruined the whole fandom. You know how much time and effort we've all spent into shipping this couple, and now you just took. That takes a lot of time.
A lot of TikTok scrolling.
Yes, I swear the only reason I have this time limit of 1 hour on my phone, the reason I broke that was because of Pauline. And it was taken away from me. So much time for nothing. I was so sad. Anyways.
Yeah, and I think they also were mentioning in the book, she stopped being Lady Whistledown because it was a decision that she made.
And in the book, they made it seem like, she gave it up for love.
In the book or in the show?
Sorry, in the show.
I'm like, I was
for
confused.
love. I'm like, no, she didn't. She gave it up because she was like, I'm ready to put my pen down. And you made it seem in the book that Colin made her feel like she had to be two separate people, give up,
not in the book. You said in the book.
Sorry, in the show, he made it feel also oh, I'm so upset as for the actors as well, I really am. I really, really am. You know what? I haven't even. Oh no. Okay, so remember I told you last week that like Mercedes is like from Formula One is pretty much under fire because like they're getting a lot of hate.
Oh, you're going to the Bridgerton?
So I was like, wait, I wonder what the Bridgerton one is like. Oh no. Okay, so this was an hour ago. This picture, and it's of Nikolai and Luke together, and there's pictures of them, of the cast or whatever. Okay, first Mayfair, next the world. Thank you for having us in your cities. Please enjoy some of our favorite portraits from around the globe of their tour. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Most like comment.
Okay, so it goes. I'm a writer, and I would be very sad if someone could ever use the name of my book and change completely the characters. We do understand today's world for all kind of communities and inclusion, but just keep the way the book has been written. For God's sake, can you guys keep the things the way they were? That someone wrote. Which, I mean, like, I understand. I actually, some of the changes they've made I like, but this is just, people are just, yeah. Uh-oh, you have wronged Colin, the viewers, Nikolai and Luke, and corresponding crew by deleting very unmissable Pauline scenes from the final product. Scenes that were hyped during the press tour and aren't just missing tangibly. They're very clear something missing when you watch part 2. The story feels superficial and non-coherent the way it is being displayed now. So true. Most liked comment is please bring Michael for into next season. So it says the PR was better than the show.
That's the best comment.
Did not have enough scenes with the leads who felt like side characters, weak conversations, too many dual side stories that in the end went nowhere, suddenly shipping off a family man for months with his pregnant wife who is traumatized by birth, having short scenes with weird camera angles for major events while giving way too long scenes time for side stories. What the heck was this season? The actors deserved way more. I understand you want to involve more people for the show, but losing sight of the main story is not the way, in my opinion. They deserved more for their hard work. It felt like a big mess.
Yes.
Yep.
Agree.
And it goes, it has been said more than once, the marketing team for Pauline did a better job than the showrunner. Justice for Michael and Sophie.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Oh, man. People really... Oh, no. We don't want a Michaela. We want a Michael. Never have I seen a more selfish person than Jess. Oh. Oh, no. That's the showrunner. I wasn't saying her name. It's all me, me, me in every single interview of hers. It's about her self-insert fantasies. Then what about the fans? Because of whom the adaptation was booming success. What about the fans who have adored Michael for almost 20 years? We don't matter now, is it? Because a selfish showrunner would rather use the stories for her self-insert fan fiction. And it's like, again, like, people are not upset about the LGBT, like, they're not upset about her being lesbian or anything like that. It's more of, there was already, like, is that
there's no plot there anymore. If
there's
you think
no
about
plot.
it.
Like, how are you gonna spin this?
There's a plot, there's a new plot, a new story that has nothing to do with it, because now, like, before, it was like John died and then she found love again, but now you just se lo estás metiendo por los ojos.
The thing is,
like,
that there's already so much, like, groundbreakingness that the show has done. And I think Queen Charlotte was a perfect representation of how that was done nicely. But now you go and you, like, it's just, people are upset because they identified themselves. Like, people said that Michael was actually their favorite male character. And that's why they were upset, is because Michael's, like, character was, he basically was in love with this lady, with this woman for years and years and years and years, and didn't say anything, and like held his tongue, and then like respected her and all that stuff, and then they fell in love, and it was, but now, like, and I think a lot of people can maybe identify to that story too, from not even like John's perspective of like their fertility issues, but someone like, you're in love with someone that's in love with someone else, and like, I think that could have done a nice job with that, and you could have incorporated some inclusiveness in some other way, but like this was just not the way to do it. And clearly people agree. Because like all the comments under all the other rest of the posts are just, no, we hate the season. You guys ruined it. What did you do? Like, someone said you can ignore us, but it's us who, by watching a show, make you work. Without us, you can't move forward. You've ruined one of the most beautiful series for what? And that has 3,675 likes.
What? Yeah, we were talking about it before too. Like one of the another part of the storyline with them is that Francesca and Michael is the name again?
Yeah,
I forget.
John is the one that she's married.
No, John is the one that now. But one of the
Michael
the storylines or the plots on that season for them, on the future season for them, it was that because she was a woman, she couldn't inherit any of the properties or the title of the husband because she didn't have any kids either. So it would go to the next one in line, male family member, and it will go to Michael, right? And then another reason why she wanted to get married or to
was to have kids,
to try to have kids again, because she was dealing with that. And I think
that storyline in today's day and age, with so many people having fertility issues, people would have as a woman, you would have identified with that as well. And the thing is that, like, even from reading the Reddit comments of people, queer people also agreed, like, Benedict's story didn't make sense, Francesca's stories doesn't make sense, and they're probably, if the showrunner continues to be the same, she's gonna do another stereotypical of like fucking queer romance that it's just like, okay, we've seen this play 1,000 times because people don't want to venture to, like, oh, queer people can actually fall in love like normal people do. Like, it's just the same shit. It's just the same gender.
Love.
Yeah. And this person, this is the last thing, and then she wrote a whole paragraph. 2,696 likes. She's, please consider removing as the showrunner. It's not just about abusing her position to self-insert. She and the writers are just out of their depth. Weak script. Pauline was a subplot. Yes. In their own season, Nicola and Luke had more chemistry in PR than they were allowed in season 3. The customs, unchaperoned scenes, even the characters were off compared to the previous season. Anthony is head of the house, yet he leaves his unwed sister and takes his pregnant wife on a long boat trip overseas. Did John even ask his permission to propose, as the prince did in season 1, and consistent with practices in the Regency era, which is what we were talking about? Benedict is now only defined by sexual conquest and dancing at parties. Fuck his artistic pursuits and goals, apparently. Undermining Fran and John's entire love story and connection in the books. Fran loved John and only felt love for other after he passed. But that's been cheapened now by the early introduction of her second love for just as self-serving reasons. I could go on. There was so much left to be desired, and I'm here for diversity and inclusivity by being meaningfully that's what I was saying, meaningfully represented. Why not use the creative powers that are supposed to be in that room and try to respect the loyal fans that have been reading these books for 2 decades and bringing meaningful inclusion for many communities? Personally, I hoped Fran was to represent neurodiversity. That's what I was saying. Hello, me. Loss and fertility issues in a story that is so beloved. Then another character representing a queer storyline and giving us a Brimsley, which is Brimsley and Reynolds is the one from Queen Charlotte, and giving us a Brimsley and Reynolds season while you're at it, which is like, why not? If you want to be inclusive, then why don't do a whole season for Brimsley and Reynolds? I mean, look at these fucking social media pages. Is this what you wanted? Fans squabbling and exchanging hate, which has taken over Nicola and Luke opportunity they deserve. Bring back CVD, which is like the other showrunner. We need magic. We need the magic of season 1.
I have an idea of what they can do to fix it.
Just do the whole season 3 again.
Re-edit the whole thing,
literally,
and do a release, a special episode release.
No, special 8 episodes.
No. They don't even have to do 8 episodes.
Yeah, do me 8 episodes. But you did me wrong. I want it all done
just
again.
do like a special, maybe 3 episodes, something like that, with all the Colin story redo, and well done. Like add all the parts that you cut out. You know, do a little bit more character development. If you have to reshoot.
I agree.
It's sad. It's really sad, and like, I didn't even invest that much time in it, and it feels sad. Yeah.
I'm not even that sad about Francesca, and John's story yet, because like their story isn't even okay. So if the next one is Benedict, which is in 2 years, is in 2027, that means that the next one is going to be Fran and John, which is so then it's going to make it like 2030.
If you're
so
lucky.
2029, 2030, if I'm lucky. So I don't even care about their story as much as like you fucked up Penelope and Colin, and like that's and anyways, I like your idea. We're gonna end on that note, because I think just like re-release everything again, give it to me again, like make people happy, and then fire this lady. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like people don't want her.
Just put her to work on another TV
people
show.
She
doesn't have to be without a job. She can have a job.
Okay, if you and I messed up with our job, we would get fired.
I know.
She messed up. Literally, the whole fandom of Bridgerton, from Reddit to Instagram to everywhere to TikTok, is up in flames.
TikTok is on fire.
They're up in flames. From queer people to black people to like straight people to everyone is just like, what the hell was this season? Like, you literally...
And it's incredibly...
messed everything up.
It's incredible how the mood changed. Like, everybody was so excited, and people were expecting like so many scenes from Colin on season 2, on like part 2,
you know what?
season
Why
3,
don't you
part 2.
give me a Latina in there? I'm Latina. Like, I volunteer as tribute. Gasolina with on the violin. Yeah. Like, be inclusive. You were already being so inclusive with so many other things, but this is, right now it's not even about inclusivity anymore, because you're even for the queer community, I think you're doing them dirty. Like, they're not happy with the way you wrote Benedict's story, so you're probably gonna fuck up whatever Michael whatever story too. Anyways, long story short, just relaunch.
Anyways, we're upset because we didn't get enough Colin.
Relaunch season 3 with the Colin scenes that you cut out, you scummy bags. And then also let there be another showrunner. Bring the showrunner from season 1 back for season 4, and I think we're all gonna be happy. But anyways, that's our thoughts on Bridgerton season 3 as a whole. If there's any more updates,
we were really calm on this episode.
If there's any more updates, we'll let you know. But like overall, -10 out of 10.
Oh God,
not for
really,
the actor. No. Okay,
again,
part 1, I would rate it 10 out of 10. Part 2, 2 out of 10. Like,
and the 2 is because of Colin.
Because I like the actors.
Yeah.
Because I like the actors. Like, all of the actors for the show, like, they're all really good friends. Like, even you can see from the interviews and stuff like that. But, like, the script and the directing and the editing is just not good.
Yeah.
So, hopefully they take your idea.
Sad.
It is sad. And I'm sad for the actors. Like, as an actor, I would be upset when you spend so much time doing all of these scenes, hyping up these scenes for the fans, that...
all the PR work that they did.
Yeah. So then you're watching the show, or because you're obviously not going to be on
Poor
Twitter
Luke,
or Instagram.
He was hiding out of their girlfriend for months.
Like, you're probably like anyways. Wait, I actually want to go to Luke's. Let me see Luke. I wonder if people commented anything in his Instagram.
They're probably like, at least on Nicholas, I think that
they could never make me hate you, Luke.
People are probably being really positive with them. Actually.
Yes,
I think so.
No, people are being positive. I love your acting, the way your eyes reflect so many emotions. It's truly admirable. Can't wait to see you in future projects. But I think like people are they wanted more of them, and they didn't give us any of that. This most like comment in her recent photo is, "You're literally carrying the promotion of the show on your back. We love a successful, respectful, stunning, hardworking queen." And also, she always wore the pin, her red pin for like the war that's going on and all that stuff, because of her history with it. And she was like, she's just so awesome as a person. And I'm like, you guys,
she's really liked.
Well, yeah,
like, a lot of people love her.
Because in all of her outfits, she always included this Palestine pin, like in all of her outfits during the PR tour, which a lot of very famous people haven't done that. And it's in a refreshing way where it wasn't like overly done. You can tell that she actually cares about this and she just wanted to show respect. And she talks about it a little bit, but it's not like, she's just great also. I just love that she's Irish too. I think it's because she's Irish. And he's great too. It's just, I'm just so sad for them. So anyways, hopefully they relaunch everything and make me happy again. And this was an hour of Bridgerton.
We need those special episodes.
Literally, give me 1 hour of just them and I'll forgive you for season 3 part 2. I'll watch season 4 if you could do that. I hope they do that.
There's a petition.
This was, well, thank you for listening to us rant about Bridgerton. This was fun. I feel better now. I can rest in peace, but let's be honest with you, I'll probably keep seeing TikToks about it because I'm still
keep getting upset
that they did them dirty like that. Anyways, if you haven't watched Bridgerton, you should
Spoiler alert.
You should see Queen Charlotte. I recommend Queen Charlotte. It's a really, really good season, and you don't have to see the other like season 1 to 3 of Bridgerton to understand Queen Charlotte. So anyways, this was fun. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.